Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel, Pop Retro 1 at Twitter and Instagram, and facebook.com/PopRetro1. That's one, the number one, if you want to find me on social media. So I thought I'd take a few minutes here just to do a quick show and tell. The Vinegar Syndrome package, my most recent one, arrived in the mail yesterday, and so I thought I'd just go through real quick and show you what I picked up. Not really a review here or anything like that. Just want to show you what I received, which is mostly the package, the most recent package from Vinegar Syndrome, which would be the October package, and also some discs that are from Vinegar Syndrome's sister company, OCN Distribution, some of the third-party labels that they distribute for. So we'll start things off with... Let's see, some of these, make sure these are appropriate to show on the YouTubes here, so I'll have to strategically place my hand here. We've got the Laughing Dead. Thousands of years ago, the Aztec god of death fed on human sacrifice. Now he's back, and he's worked up a big appetite. Now this movie is from 1983, it looks like. Is that what it says? 1983. Why can I never read this when I've got the camera on? Or 1989, perhaps. Oh, geez, I just showed the the package. So here's a the inner art is actually less inappropriate for YouTube, but still probably should cover it up. Now, one thing I've read about Laughing Dead, as far as in forums and places like that, people seem to dislike this one the most of the new movies that Vinegar Syndrome has released during this last month. So for whatever reason, this one seems to be on the bottom tier, which probably means I'm going to watch it first, because I often like some of the more, I don't know, super independent, super low budget, incompetent, if you will, where you could just tell that at least the people working on these things were serious and trying to get something done. That's fascinating to me, as much as a movie being polished and good. So, newly scanned and restored in 4K from its 35mm original camera negative, commentary track with writer-director. Looks like there's an extended making of documentary with the director, producer, actress, actor, cinematographer, lots of people, and reversible cover art. So take a quick look. There's the disc. We have to edit all this stuff out. And there's the reversible art for the Laughing Dead. And I am certainly laughing already as I botch my way through trying to keep this YouTube channel from being stricken from the World Wide Web. So, Laughing Dead, number one. This one, I think I was most excited for this package. And this is the Nothing Underneath and Too Beautiful to Die package. These mid-80s slashers, mystery, you've got supermodels, you've got fashion, all kinds of stuff that was really fascinating to me growing up. That whole world of Dynasty in Dallas that was going on in the 80s was really cool to me. And these films were certainly a part of that feel and a part of that aesthetic. And these were from Bob Crane. And on Nothing Underneath, you get a commentary track by the Hysteria Continues, a commentary track by film historian and critic Rachel Nisbet, and an interview with the screenwriter. Let's see here. On Too Beautiful to Die, you got commentary track by Nisbet as well. Nothing True But the Eyes, an interview with the writer-director of this film, and alternate ending storyboards, deleted scene storyboards. And so yeah, there's some pretty cool stuff in here. 2 films, 2 movies. I'm trying to not go through everything. There's actually more special features on these discs than what I'm actually saying and bringing up here. But I'm just trying to keep this video as quick as possible, just kind of going through, and I'm already up to over 5 minutes, so I'm going to try to speed it up a little bit. Here's the discs. And of course, if you go to vinegarsyndrome.com, you can look at the specs for each one of these titles, which is essentially what I'm reading to you off the back of the box if you're super curious. There's the reverse art, so you got nothing underneath. On that side, you've got Too Beautiful to Die on that side. A couple of Bob Crane films that I'm really excited to watch, thanks to Vinegar Syndrome putting them out. Okay, up next, from the early 90s, we've got Ticks. Now, this is a re-release, not by Vinegar Syndrome, but somebody else put this out on Blu-ray already. I think it might have been Olive Films, but I didn't have that release, so I was really excited that they came out with this. And this is one of these, you've got slips on top of slips. So this is like this outer hard case that it comes in. There you go. Little 360 view here on the Pop Retro channel. And then, of course, we've got inside an actual slip within that slip. And there's a look at that slip, the standard-ish slip. And then, one thing that you didn't get with the Olive is that this is actually a 4K Ultra HD. Now, if you only do Blu-ray, which I do, I'm not equipped for 4K UHD, then that's fine, because there's, of course, also a Blu-ray disc included. So there you got it. All right. So Ticks from, what was it, 93, I think? Yeah, 1993. I was in high school when Ticks came out. Will be fun to revisit in pretty high quality, even though I'm only going to be able to watch the Blu-ray version. And that's quite all right. Up next, we have the VSA. What does VSA stand for? It is Vinegar Syndrome Archive. Now, this is the, what do you want to call it? The side label, the sub-label that they put out that's supposed to be extremely limited, and these are titles that don't quite fit the milieu of what the Vinegar Syndrome brand is. So these aren't included in, say, the subscriptions that Vinegar Syndrome offers for horror and exploitation films. And so The Grave is the latest of those and the newest one that I've gotten. So these, of course, come in sort of VHS inspired. That is the idea, to throw back to the VHS video store era, is how they describe the inspiration behind the VSA line. So as part of that inspiration, they have the bottom loading case, which is supposed to be reminiscent of the VHS cases from back in the day, you know, the cardboard case where you pull it out. But also what's really nice about these is the slip covers themselves. Again, very hard case. So there you go. A little closer look. And here is the disc itself, disc proper. Now, some of these VSAs have been, once they have sold out, they've actually been released elsewhere by different companies. So it's hard to tell if just how, how difficult these titles will be to get after Vinegar Syndrome Archives stash sells out. So I've gotten them all so far, and so I haven't been in danger of that. But every once in a while, there's been a few of them that, another company picks up the license and puts these back on the market, which is cool for people who aren't able to get these. I'm happy I've been able so far to get all of the VSAs because they have been really fun. There's the inside. And as you can see, it comes with a poster. And I won't unfold it here because I'm assuming it's going to be the same art that we see on the case. And which you can see again on the case right there. So each VSA does come with a poster folded inside. Here's the reverse art on the inside. I might go ahead and reverse that when I come back through these because it is different from the slipcase art. Now here's the tough part, is getting these back in. The plastic likes to snag, and see if I can do it. I'm gonna start on this side. I'm gonna do a little squeeze the sides a little bit, and there it is, I got it. Okay, not always that successful on the first try. There's a couple different strategies that they use to get that in. So Quick drink of tea. Little energy before heading into this last item from the Vinegar Syndrome proper. This is Camille, Keaton in Italy. A nice box set collection of 3 films featuring the actress Camille Keaton in Italy. Films that she shot in Italy. And so, as always, these box sets are super nice. And again, they're very hard card stock. And there's the side where you can see a listing of the films. And the other side, the other spine with some more art right there. And what's also cool is when you pull these up, there's usually a little bit of art there too. So, ooh, you got eyes looking at you. The 3 films that are in this set, we've got Madeleine from 1974. The disc. Same art. But reversible art on the inside. Okay. What's really cool about Vinegar Syndrome box sets is the fact that you get the movies inside the box also have, often, I think almost every time, reversible artwork, just as if they're well thought out and well produced single releases. And of course, there's a ton of special features on this one as well. There is a commentary track with Keaton, a brand new interview with actress Camille Keaton. Okay, so a couple of special features featuring Keaton just on this one alone, and along with a bunch of other special features. So you get a lot in this box set, like you usually do. Tragic Ceremony from 1972. Again, with a nice list of special features. There's the disc. Trying not to handle it too much with my thumb there. And there's the reverse art. And one more from this box set. We've got Sex of the Witch. And boy, that's pretty racy too. I better watch what I'm showing here on this Vinegar Syndrome video. I'm gonna have to go through and do a rewatch before I hit post. There's the back. And the disc is the same as the front, and there's the reversible art. So there you have it. That is the 3 films that are in the Camille Keaton in Italy box set. So I'll put those back in. Shut the eyes back, okay? And finally, I got 3 more discs here from OCN Distributing, which is Vinegar Syndrome's sister company, where they distribute films for other companies, other, whatever you want to call it, distributors. Distribute for distributors, distribute for production companies, whatever it is, okay? The first one up is from 2018. It's Summer of '84. I've never seen this movie. It's not from 1984, but it's called Summer of '84. So yes, from 2018, and this is another with a side sliding slipcase. Pretty cool art. I like it. And there's some of the art on the inner slipcase. There's the reverse. And this is, ta-da, another 4K Ultra HD. So I've added 2 4Ks in this order, in this sale. Summer of '84, the perfect time to be 15 and free. But when neighborhood conspiracy theorist Davey begins to suspect his police officer neighbor might be the serial killer all over the local news, he and his 3 best friends begin an investigation that soon turns dangerous. So that sounds fun, doesn't it? Sounds like a throwback to what you might expect to watch on your late night TV in 1984 growing up, and hope that it's not happening in your neighborhood. Up next and that was, I should mention, from Gunpowder Sky is the actual company that released this, with OCN distributing it. Okay, up next is AGFA, the American Genre Film Association? American Genre Film Alliance? What are they? I'm just kind of blanking on it. Either way, AGFA. Boarding House from 1982. I believe this was a shot-on-video film that I don't have, and so I was really excited when I saw this come up. It also includes Psycho Killer from '84, which is a previously unreleased alternate cut of Boarding House, transferred from the 1-inch master, and a complete different movie called Sally and Jess from 1989, which is a previously unreleased family film from the makers of Boarding House. So there's the inner art for AGFA's Boarding House, and I'll take out the discs here so you can see yet another variation of art for Boarding House. And one more to close out this box of goodies from Vinegar Syndrome this month that I just received yesterday in the mail. And this one comes from, what are they called? Saturn's Core, which have been releasing some pretty cool shot-on-video stuff from the 80s and 90s, mostly 90s, I think, so far, if I remember right. And I've picked up most of what they've released, at least through the OCN distributing so far. And this latest one is called Shatter Dead. I don't know if you can tell, but that's actually it's actually cut out right there on the slipcover. Shatter Dead's from 1993, I believe. So you can see there's the slipcover, there's the inner art, the case art, 76 minutes long, and it's from 1994. It was the winner of the Best Independent Film Award at the '95 Fanta Festival and the focal point of one of the most sensational, quote, video nasty controversies in BBFC history. Also the directorial debut of New York-based filmmaker Scooter McRae. So, yeah, very cool. I've never seen it. And I've always had fun with these shot-on-video releases. And I used to try to catch them, whenever I could from the video store back in the 90s, the mid-90s, which is around the time this one came out. Every once in a while, I watch some of these films thinking, oh, I haven't seen them. And then it clicks. It's like, oh, I actually have seen this. But it's been 20 years ago, 25 years ago, 30 years ago in some cases. And so it's been fun to revisit all of these. So there you have it. Vinegar Syndrome haul. Let's see if I can hold them all up for you. For October 2021. All right. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, and I will see you back here tomorrow with another video, and I will see you then.